Konstantin Bajenov is one of the first Jehovah's Witnesses in Russia to serve out a prison sentence since the Supreme Court banned the organization's activity in 2017. He was released from a prison colony on May 5, 2021. Upon release, he was immediately transferred to a deportation holding center and then deported to Ukraine. He was deported because Russia had annulled his citizenship as a consequence of his criminal prosecution. Criminal charges were first initiated against Konstantin after Russian officers raided 7 homes of Jehovah's Witnesses, including his, on June 12, 2018. After that, he was charged with extremism. Eventually, Konstantin and 5 of his fellow worshippers were sent to a pre-trial detention center.
The FSB, the investigator, and other operatives promised me that if I pleaded guilty and began cooperating with them, they would guarantee me a suspended sentence and I would not go to prison.
Konstantin refused to cooperate with the authorities, which would have meant compromising his faith. In total, Konstantin spent almost a year in pretrial detention, followed by several months of restrictions of certain activities, while awaiting the court sentence. He was accused of organizing the activity of an extremist organization.
The main accusation was based on the fact that we held a religious meeting in the winter in January 2018. People there read the Bible, sang spiritual songs, discussed how to live by Bible principles. The investigator interpreted this religious meeting as a meeting of a legal entity that was banned in Russia.
On September 19, 2019, the judge announced the verdict: 3.5 years in a general regime prison colony. 3 months later, the Court of Appeal upheld the sentence, and on February 4, 2020, Konstantin was sent to the prison colony.
On February 8, 2020, I was taken to the colony, to Correctional Colony 3 in the city of Dimitrovgrad, Ulyanovsk region. I worked in the colony store. I received a lot of letters in prison. An officer summoned me and said to me, "Bajenov, we received 300 letters for the whole colony in a year, but you alone have received over 300 letters in a month. Who do you think you are? Do you want our inspector to drown in these letters?" Well, I explained that people want to support me, encourage me, and comfort me in some way.
Konstantin spent a year and 3 months in a prison colony and was granted early conditional release on May 5, 2021.
It was a happy moment. I saw Irina, my wife, and we hugged. The head of the prison division said, "Kostya, I didn't expect so many people. I knew you had brothers and sisters and that letters were being written to you. But it still amazes me that so many people would come to meet you." He concluded, "You must be a happy person."
When the day arrived for him to be deported, Konstantin received further support from his fellow believers.
On the 19th of May, we arrived at the border. They checked my documents and issued everything. My brothers and sisters were there to meet me with a poster and flowers, and my dear wife Irina was there. It was such an unforgettable moment, how we saw and hugged each other. Just as Jehovah promised to provide a way out of trials, so he did for me. Indeed, he pushed all the barriers aside and made it happen so that my wife and I were able to reunite on our wedding anniversary. It brought us immeasurable joy.